Yo, what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you know it's peace and blessings. I'll give y'all a little bit of time to tune in. I already see I got a couple people in the building. Kenny, salute. Blessings, Anita, Liz, and Tanya. Hey, blessings to everyone. I hope everybody had a blessed and productive Tuesday. Hope everybody was able to get through the hassle and get through the burdens of the day. You know, I also want to take the time out to thank the people that came in this morning for this morning's live. Like I said, I was adamant about what I said this morning. Parents are going to have to start teaching these kids better and start showing them the proper examples. Not saying you can't live your life, but you still have to show a better example, especially around the kids. You know, like I said, some kids will be embarrassed when it comes to certain situations, especially if it's things that their parents are doing on a regular. Like I said, you don't know how some kids are going to take things, especially they soaking up everything. They're sponges. They're soaking up everything. So you don't know how some of these people are going to take it. And some kids might actually just leave it be. You know, again, how can you tell your kids not to do something when you're doing it in front of them? You gotta have a little bit more. Gotta have a little bit more subtlety when it comes to that. And even if your kids do know you doing whatever, you still supposed to have a certain amount of tolerance and a certain amount of, you know, substantial backbone to continue to be who you are. If I'm pissy drunk, am I supposed to show my kid I'm pissy drunk? No, I'm still supposed to be standing on my square to a degree. I'm supposed to at least set the better example. Even if my kid get mad at me, at the end of the day, I still gotta show them better. I can't tell my kid not to smoke weed if I'm smoking weed in front of him, or if I'm smoking weed with them. Hey, happy holidays, Wilma. You already know what's going on, baby. Hey, Shay, blessings. Like I said, you just gotta take the better precautions. Like I said, you don't want your kids to get wrapped up in the wrong things. You want them to be their own person, you're right. But you don't want them wrapped up in the wrong things, especially if those things could possibly harm them in the long run. You want to see your kids succeed at all aspects. Sometimes you might have to get a little sterner than you usually would, but sometimes it's for the better. Especially in this world we in right now. You're going to definitely have to combat a lot of different things on the forefronts. And there's just certain things for a fact you as a parent can't be doing, because guess what? With the way social media and everything is running rampant, you will be displayed in the worst ways ever. And I know why some kids do get bullied, because I look at it from this standpoint. If some of them are coming from a background where the mother might be ratchet, father might not be there, you don't know what could be occurring. And right now with social media, like let's be real. If you coming from a background where the mother is always out and about partying, twerking her ass, doing whatever, especially on social media, that shit is gonna get posted out. That's worldwide. And then guess what? If some of these kids get a hold, oh, that's such and such mama, I knew it. I knew. We gonna pick on them tomorrow. Like, you gotta be mindful of the things you're doing, especially the professions you into when you got kids. But they do come back and bite those kids. Yo, Cherokee, salute, bro. I was gonna go live earlier than this, but I see I had a few people that support me. Yeah, so I had to spin the YouTube blocks a few bits. But all in all, Got to take that into consideration, you know, because guess what? Kids gonna have to feel that. Gotta be mindful of the things you doing, the things that you portraying in front of the kids. You know, you see certain instances now. Like I just watched a short a while back. You know, girl trying to be super fly, done fell down, made herself look crazy, and then got her kids recording her as she's just doing whatever. But then when she fell, she's looking for them to pick. Like you a whole grown woman. You want to come out here humming, stunting, acting like you the shit. And then you got your kids recording, they'll being a part of that. Like, come on. That was God sending you a signal right there that you need to do better. Hey, Bonnie, blessings. Yo, hustle, you already know, salute. You know, like I said, can't do certain things, and then you got your kid in the midst of it too. And I'm starting to see that. I see certain videos where it's kids that's really recording what their parents is doing. And it's like, that's a sick notion right there. Your child shouldn't be recording you twerking or even doing stuff that you know for a fact you shouldn't be doing in front of them in the first place. You know, you have to set a better tone and a better example. That's something that really needs to be changed, you know, because it's not a laughing matter no more. You want your kids to be better, but then the same token, you're doing certain things that's pushing them to the other side. So it's like you basically double talking. Yo, James, what's going on, man? Salute. I see you, Didi. See we all in here tonight. You know, it's just something to take into consideration all in all. You can't expect your kids to learn certain values if you're teaching them the wrong values. That's like you expecting your kid to go to college, but then you not making sure that they properly educated or that you're not properly educated. How they gonna go far? That's just like you saying you don't want to see the kids be dropouts and burnouts, but then in the same token, you encouraging them not to go to school or you encouraging them to still hang around the wrong influences. You know? Yo, really salute, bro. Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying, son. You gotta look at it. It's crazy. I ain't even see you peep up in here. You over here creeping in here, son? You won't stop coming in here creeping, son. You know I fuck with you, really, but you won't stop coming in here creeping, son. Don't pull an old head move, man. No, but that's serious though. Yeah, because that's just like the prime example. I go back to that one I seen a while back when I guess the guy was fixing I think he was fixing the little girl's back. I don't know if that was the stepfather or just the boyfriend or whatever. But you know, she sat there and told her moms, I wish you would stop saying that. That's not my daddy. My daddy is locked up. I'm like, well, damn, even though she was truthful, it was kind of harsh, but she was being truthful. Don't sit here and call somebody else my father when you know I have a bond or I have some sort of relationship and some sort of knowledge of my father and where he's at. You know, you don't do shit like that. You can't confuse the kids all in all. You know, at the end of the day, you gotta definitely, you gotta teach them better. You want them to reach for their fullest potential. Gotta show them that they could do anything and possibly be anything. They just gotta want it. You gotta make sure they got that fire and that passion and that desire to do what it is in life that they need to do. You know, and again, if you sitting here and you allowing your kids to be part of the fuck shit, how do you expect anything to change? It's like I said this morning, the two kids I seen this morning, and I'm mad right now. I just left to come to work, and two of them still sitting the fuck outside. Like at this time of the evening, when you should be focused on being in school, like what are the parents doing? Parents are probably either getting high or they probably doing whatever, or probably wandering the streets in the night. You don't know what the fuck could be going on. And again, why are these kids outside this late? Then when shit happens, everybody want to cry and, oh, but no, your kid should have been in the fucking house. If your kid is not working or coming from work or some sort of extracurricular activity the way they just, no, they should be in the house at a certain time. Ain't nothing going on in the street at a certain time, and we know this. You Look how many young kids done got lost because their parents not paying them no damn attention. Or their parents probably feel a type of way, done kicked them out. Now they out in the streets doing what they do. And I still got to get back to that thing I was talking about, because they had an interesting poll and an interesting thing on what was what. Even when it come down to, homelessness and everything else. Some of these people be homeless because you got to look at it. And like I said the other week, this girl didn't even look older than 16 or 17, but she out in the streets. So either it's something she did or something the parent did, but either which way, no kid should be out on the street before they able to really get their feet wet as far as getting to a bag, getting to a living situation. Like, that's the saddest thing. Really is. Some of you parents got to understand this too. Yeah, it's not easy being a kid. Y'all should know this because you was kids at one point. And even though the world has changed well over the course of the centuries, we see that it ain't nothing different. It's still a repeated pattern of certain things that's happened. You know? At some point, those patterns are going to have to get rearranged or broken. Like I said, I can't possibly tell my kid I want him to be the best in life, and I'm teaching them everything wrong. I can't tell my kid I want him to be I want him to fucking be a teacher. I want him to be something. And I'm sitting there having him on the block with me selling drugs, or I'm doing some dumb shit with him when he should be in school learning something. Like I said, you have to set the blueprint. Yeah, your kids got to be their own people, but you also got to teach them certain things along the lines. In order for them to be great, yeah, you're going to fail sometimes. You're gonna take a loss here and there, but those losses can turn into deep lessons and also give you better concept on what to expect and what not to do the next time around. If I just got arrested, do you think I want to get arrested again, knowing what the fuck be occurring and what's going on? If I done got an inside of what the hell inside look like, hell no. Get my ass the fuck up out of Dodge. Like, I ain't gonna never try to see that cell again. Yo, the word salute, bro. Like I said, you gotta really think. You don't want your kids going down that same path and that same cycle. And then you gotta look at it. Some parents will get upset after a certain time, like, damn, my kid really ain't shit. Yeah, well, you didn't teach them nothing, so what the fuck? What did you expect? If you're not catching these kids and correcting them when you're supposed to catch them and correct them, what do you expect? Gotta take that into consideration. This ain't no lighthearted matter. If you don't stand in front of these situations and tackle these problems the way you're supposed to, you are always going to have an uphill battle when it comes to parenting. I gotta be able to see that. I ain't talking for my own benefit neither. I ain't talking to hear myself talk. No, I've been bringing lives and consistent lives because there's so much shit that's been going on, not just in the news, not just on here, but shit that I've been seeing. Like I just said earlier, I'm coming out to go to work. You figure these kids would be in the crib. Nope, they outside like you think they dope boys or something. Like, what the fuck is going on? What's going on, parents? And then if something does happen, what's gonna happen? You're gonna quickly get upset. You're gonna quickly panic. Yeah, because you don't know what the situation is or what's going on. So how would you know if you either busy trying to turn up or you just all in all not paying no attention? And I'll be honest with you, some of these kids end up failing because they coming from a background where it's more than 4 or 5 kids in the fucking house. It's like you trying to give all the kids the equal amount of opportunity and attention, but it's not working. Squad, you already know, bro. Salute. Well, let's keep it real. How you expect your kid to not earn multiple kids type of deal with them? And this is for some of them parents, not all of y'all. Because we have seen some parents who did they damn thing. You know? These are things that are still fucking up the community as a whole too. Families not being in tune with each other. And I'm not going to be funny. I call it all the way down the middle. And some of you men, regardless of what's going on, are going to have to start getting more involved with your kids. You know, some of y'all going to have to, because there are certain situations that we know could be avoided if you have both. You need both in the fucking family, regardless of how you look at it. You need both. You know, no, that's a no. You absolutely right, son. They need an ass whooping, son. Some of them do. But this is what I'm saying. When you don't have the father at home, even if the mother is disciplining them, sometimes it don't work. It take a stern father figure or a stern person in that household, period. Even if it's an uncle, to get you right sometimes, because they ain't gonna stand for that shit. Like I said, my father wasn't there to a degree, but guess what? I had uncles, blood related or not, that was on my neck. So turned me out pretty good. You know, yeah, nah. Hey, Ruthie, I ain't even see you. Blessings, sis. If y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. Yeah, I know I'm late for some of y'all. This is the latest I've been live in a minute. I know. I had to show some support to all the people that's messing with me in these streets. So it is what it is. But all in all, it don't defer from nothing. Some of these parents are still they getting younger and younger, and they still in that mind phase of I gotta turn up every night. No, how about you got a kid and you need to turn up only when you need to turn up? Other than that, you don't need to turn up every night. How about you focus on your child? And you got some people who will leave their kids with whoever just to go out and go party or go hang out with the friends. It's not saying you can't do that, but you got to have a balance too. Once you got a kid, all that other shit you doing got to stop. You have to think about the example that you setting for this kid. That's like if I want my kid to go to college and try to make something of himself. I can't expect him to do that if he see me out here gang banging or he see me out here doing some shit that I know I shouldn't be doing. Oh no, because neither this the thing. Sometimes I leave a notification, but then there's other times I just go randomly. I don't like setting timers. Like that's just me. I never had a time when I went on Facebook Live. I just went on whenever I felt I need to go on. So yeah, nah, bro. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. Because you gotta look at it, even stuff like that. I was teaching people the proverbial getting back to saying that word that we hated so much. Even though we knew it was a good gimmick it was a good gimmick, but then again, it also it also impacted some people because you had some people literally saying it to a point where they damn near got beat up, even though they was just joking around. But like you know, you got to be mindful of things you say, because when you saying suck it, that's basically you tell somebody to suck your dick. Sorry to say it like that. That's why you have to be mindful of things you say and portray around these kids. You know, and there was a lot of things on TV that kind of propelled us to that degree. And then we had other things that was already propelling us before TV, because there was certain things we already seen on a day in and day out basis. So, and I'm hoping that you feel better, Anita. I already know your situation. You know, prayers definitely go out to you. Healing prayers for all of those who need it right now. You know, especially around this time. Nobody wants to be under the weather or sick around this time of the holidays neither. So hopefully for the rest of y'all, hopefully y'all taking care of y'all health the way you need to. Putting the right shit in your body that you need to, so you do not be up under this weather, especially the spots where it's starting to get winterish again. So, but you gotta look at it. Sometimes you need a stern figure, and at the course of the day, you're gonna always need a stern male figure to come in sometimes and just set the kids right, whether it's an uncle, grandfather, whoever. You know, like I didn't have none of my grandfathers I could talk to, but I had my uncles and I had cousins and I had older relatives that was really on it like that. I got cousins that's way older than me that I was like, damn, I didn't know they was that old. But they stood on their shit and they still stand on their shit to this day. I think that's what made me a better person too, to know that I got family members that really stand on certain shit. Oh, I hope you get out soon, Ruthie. My fault, not Ruthie. Sorry, Anita. I'm trying to finish scrolling down here. Anita, I really pray that you get better and that you get out. Like I said, nobody wants to be in there, especially in the hospital around this time. Prayers and healing prayers definitely go out to you. But see, this is what I'm saying. All in all, it's certain things that we know we got to start eliminating. Parents, y'all gonna have to stop doing certain things and saying certain things around your kids, and then they picking it up too. Like those 3 words, suck my dick. I'm telling you, that's gonna be a mood killer for a lot of people, and that's a killer for a lot of people. Period. Because you have to be mindful. You can't just tell anybody that and say or think that nothing is gonna happen. Got to be mindful of the things you say and do. Definitely, you know, it's just something to really look at. You want the best possible things for your kids. You definitely want to see them on the right path. So you got to show them better. You got to do better. Even if it means sometimes you might sacrifice doing certain things around them, so be it. It's supposed to be the best parent you possibly be. And if you're going to do what you want to do, you're still supposed to have a respect and a boundary level. No kids in the room or no kids around when the adults around. Period. I'm from that old era. And if you gotta come for whatever reason, you gotta make yourself known and you gotta say exactly what it is you want and what you don't want. You know? Gotta set that, man. You have to set that at some point. If you don't, you wanna have an issue on top of an issue. Just like I said, I can't expect my kid to do right if I'm sitting there doing all the wrong things in front of him. I'm supposed to make sure my kid is in the house safe and sound. But meanwhile, he out here with me doing some shit I ain't supposed to be doing. Just like the other week, I said people try to look, boy and his father try to hop the damn fence over here by this area, and I'm like, you both look stupid. What was you gonna do before it's a big ass hole and possibly get hurt? Wait for medical assistance, and then what you gonna do? Try to sue what? Anybody? You can't do that because you both did something stupid when you both should have been home. So I'm saying some parents always want to say, oh, but you're doing a dumb shit right in front of your kids or with your kids. And instead of you correcting them, you just allowing it to happen. I gotta be mindful of that. I can't expect my son to be I can't expect my son or my daughter to be the best in life if they see me scamming or they see me doing something I know for a fact I shouldn't be doing. It's not right. I appreciate you, Ruthie. Like I said, for those who just tuned in, I would have been live a little bit earlier, but had to show some support like I always do. So, and it's the workflow. So, hey, figure I might as well get this out the way now. You know, I don't plan on being here forever tonight neither. Just felt like I wanted to finish off the live from this morning, which I kind of am. You have to do better and you have to show better in order for your kids to be better and greater. You say you want them to be better than you, to show them. You know, it's not that hard to do sometimes. Not saying you can't be, if you happily married and all that other stuff, yeah, you do need a balance, you know, but you got to also make sure your kid is balanced as well. If I allow my kid to go hang out or go have a sleep, go to a sleepover, whatever, I got to make sure my kid is good before I even decide to do anything else for the night. Because I don't want to get no rude awakening calls or none of that other stuff. Like I said, you have to have a balance. You got to have trust to a degree, but you also still got to be stern. You cannot play friends with your kids. And again, your kid should be in school. I don't care. If your kid is under the age of 18, they asses should be in school at all costs. And if they ain't going to be in school, or if you want to just sign them out of school on some irresponsible shit, then you need to be disturbed, disciplinary teacher, and all of that. No, but I have god kids, and I watched them come out the womb, grow up, all of that. So I already know what it is. You gotta make sure you on point just as much as the parents supposed to be on point. All three of my god kids done graduated. One of my god kids is in college now. Like I said, I watched all of them come out the womb. Let me not lie to the people. I got four god kids. One of my cousins, I christened both of them kids. So those my god kids plus the other two that I got. So I watched all of them except the youngest one because he's still in school. But everybody else done graduated. So if that don't tell you something, that means I'm always going to be for the kids. There's just some things I'm not going to stand for, and I'm going to stand up against it. Hey, Rachel, blessings. Meek, I don't know who you are, but blessings. You know, that's what's up, Anita. See, like that's what most people should reach for. You want to see your kids succeed in life. You want to see future grands and maybe great grands. You want to see your family line and your bloodline flourish, basically. And some of that will be missed if you missing out, or if your kid is missing out on the most important things. You know? Hey, Lala, blessings. Yeah, don't worry. We both up late. I'm at work right now as we speak. About to say for people that don't think I'm not working, yeah, I'm working. You see that blue jacket? I'm working. So I just have a balance. But all in all, gotta definitely take that into consideration. Like I said, even this morning, you can't expect your kids to not rebel to a degree when you doing the wrong things. You telling them not to do this, but then the same token they seeing you do it. I can't tell my kids not to go out there and rob and steal if they see me robbing and stealing every day. Your dog is barking. Oh shoot! I already know how that be. But you already know you shouldn't be shot. I always drop the link in case anybody want to view their, voice their opinion on things. Like I said, this is the most important thing. You have to. You have to really take heed to what's going on. Like I said, some of y'all could save yourself some heartache and some heartbreak if you would jump in front of certain problems that present themselves right there. Nah, it's all good. Like I said, anytime the pan is open, you more than welcome. You know?
What up, bro? Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's good, bro?
Oh no, I was just making sure. 'Cause sometimes when I got these headphones on, they don't go through. I mean, bro, you right, bro. We gotta invest more into the kids, more time, more energy. I mean, we supposed to take what we know and filter it down to them. You know, a lot of times we look at like a lot of the old school ways. They still work. We got to use those too, but we got to take the information we learn and give it to the kids too, like about emotions. Help kids understand what their emotions are. If they can identify them when they're younger, if they can identify their emotions when they're younger, they'll be able to control them as they get older, and we won't see all this. Like when I was younger, we was forced, to control our emotions. So we weren't running out here when we get into it with somebody shooting them. But these kids now, they get their feelings hurt and they pick up a gun and shoot.
Yeah,
They not taught. We got to invest more time, more energy into the kids. I mean, me personally, my son is everything. I got my daughter coming in 2 days. I'm never gonna try to live through my kids, but I'm gonna give them every tool that I got at an early age so they can take it to the next step. You know, they can take the information I know to another level. But if we don't invest more time in our kids, man, that's the future regardless. If we don't put more time and energy and effort into these kids, it's just gonna get worse. We see like the generation, you say the 95 and up, you see how bad it been got, how easily they influence. You know, we got to do something, man.
hey, la.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, great. I'm not sitting out in cold weather, sitting on my front porch trying to talk, and I'm in my house finally. It works. Hallelujah. How you doing?
I'm okay. Same old,
I didn't
same
want to
old.
interrupt. I didn't want to interrupt. That's some good knowledge. He was sharing. See the dog.
Nah, it's all good though. Because like I said, all in all, definitely got to do that. Like it's a double edged sword to a degree because as much as we know for a fact we want to continue to live our lives free, some things you're gonna have to put to the back burner when it comes to these kids. And like I said, when it comes to certain situations, you can't present it and expect them not to do it. I can't expect my kids not to smoke weed if I'm smoking right around them and they up under.
Yep.
Because then that'll be the first thing they say is, well, you smoking, so why I can't smoke?
And see, that's what I'm saying. The things we do influence them too. Everything that I do, my son try to emulate. From the way
Yeah,
I treat my wife, when he see me about to clean up, he want to do it too. So I understand he's watching me. That's how kids learn. They learn by watching us. So that's why we have to be careful what we do around the kids, what we say around the kids, how we treat or interact with one another around the kids. Like if the kids see us on social media all day typing and cussing people out, what you think they gonna do?
exactly. Yeah, that's what I was saying. You have to definitely you got to set some boundaries because at the end of the day, how do you expect them to be greater in life? And like I said, yeah, they're gonna be their own person at the end of the day. When they get a certain age, they're gonna make whatever decisions they gonna make. I can understand that. But you still, while you there, you have to show them better. You gotta teach them better.
Hmm.
Like it was certain things I didn't do around my god kids, and even when they was old enough to know what I was doing, I still didn't do it around them because, like I said, but they wasn't mostly around me anyway because they was always in their own worlds anyway. Like I said, you got three goddaughters and one godson, so of course, the girls always gonna be in their own little world, so on and so forth. So I didn't really have to worry about them. But even when it came down to even when it came down to the boy, like he didn't. He was in his own shit. That nigga was on his games, doing what he was doing. Yo,
Hey,
cutthroat, salute, bro.
hey Nate, since Rachel ain't gonna come up, I want to spotlight what she said too, because like when she said these parents need to show love in the home, and some of these kids have never seen loving parents. That's true. Like, 'cause when I grew up, bro, I didn't like my mom loved me. My stepdad, he hated me. He hated me because he hated my father. You
Yeah.
know, I didn't have my father growing up. I got him when I got older. You know, he came
Uh,
like
yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just
uh,
have a quick question, real quick. How do y'all feel about smoking weed though with your children home or in the house? Like I would never smoke around my godchildren and things like that. I was really curious about how y'all felt about that.
Oh no, ain't nobody. First of all, like I said, I could see you further somewhere on the other side of the house. If the kids are not up under you, you free to do what you want to do. Because sometimes, like I said, see, this the thing with us. A lot of times, kids be outside the playground. We probably be outside the playground watching everything, making sure everything is good. Even when we indoors, we not smoking around them kids. Them kids either be knocked out, or they at a neighbor's house, or they all in one room doing whatever it is they doing. So,
Like I said, I just
oh,
wanted your opinion on that stuff because with all the other drugs that are going on, and I know that when I was teaching
all the
school,
time,
like
bro.
students were around like meth and dope and crack and all this stuff, and I didn't know how you felt about marijuana.
like
Nah, I mean, listen, you do what you do at the end of the day, because not everybody's perfect.
Right.
But my main thing, as long as you're not doing certain things to influence the kids, you do what you do. Because I've seen a bunch of parents that I know for a fact are stoners, but they kids ain't been around that shit. And even when the kids thought to even think about it, you don't follow what we do. You
Right. I never
supposed
knew
to
my
be
dad
doing
smoked. I had no clue that he ever smoked marijuana. I had no clue till later on when I was older.
little.
like I'm smoking now, but I smoke outside. I don't smoke. I smoke Black and Miles and marijuana. I don't smoke in front of my child. My child don't see me smoking at all. He might look out the window and see me outside smoking, but I don't even like the smell around him. I don't want him knowing what
Right.
it
I haven't
you
smoked
know.
in about a year and a half myself. So, but I just was wondering y'all's opinion because when I was teaching, like I said, I had students that were living in hotels with their parents because they were on hard drugs, and that was really hard for me. That broke my heart. So,
And you never know how that really influences them. Neither, like my mom and my dad smoked cigarettes around me, so I grew up smoking cigarettes. But like my sisters hate cigarettes because you know what I'm saying. So you don't really understand how it is influencing at the point in which you're doing it. But I don't even want to take that chance to influence them in the wrong way. Like even even the way I smoke, I don't get. Like if you ask my wife, I don't smoke and get high. So I don't be all out my stuff. Like if I smoke, you won't even know I smoke. But like when you're using them other hard drugs and kids are around it, it kind of desensitizes them to understanding what's right and wrong. So when they grow up, they look at it. They might look at it, oh, it's normal, but it's not. It's not normal for no one to shoot drugs up with a needle in their arm in front of kids. That's not normal.
Yeah, nah, that's why I'm saying, like, I can't, like I said, I couldn't see myself doing no shit like that at the end of the day. Like, I just look at it like this. You're supposed to have a certain balance, and you're also supposed to have a certain standing when it comes to the youngins. Like I said, I ain't the best example because sometimes I be walking around puffing, but I'm not puffing around no kids. And at the end of the day, I'm grown. I pay bills. I do what the fuck I do. But I ain't gonna never sit here and yo, little man, you want to smoke? Yo, little homie, you want to smoke? Yo, homegirl, you need some weed like that. See, you got people that you got adults that even encourage that. You got adults
Right.
that even encourage that shit. Like you
that's
getting the
true.
younger weed, like, and that's not a good look.
Well, see, I smoke cigarettes. I need to quit. I've been smoking since I was young, but my brother doesn't smoke. Both my parents smoked cigarettes growing up, but my father doesn't smoke anymore, but my mother still does. But my brother never smoked cigarettes, but I do. That's been my habit. That's been my hardest habit is to quit smoking cigarettes. And it's been my mother's hardest habit. But we both grew up in the same environment, but he doesn't smoke cigarettes.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. You know I gotta check something real quick. Yo, oh hey, did we just have this damn talk? Yo, you gonna fuck around with me, and I'm gonna have to roast your ass for about a good hour. Didn't
Who?
I tell you when you come in here, you respect the host food?
Uh
See, this the shit that's gonna get people banned. Keep playing with
oh.
me.
What thing?
Playing with my emotions, Craig, and I ain't got time
Oh.
for that. Don't come in here saluting everybody and don't salute the host. Matter of fact, I got a surprise next time your ass go live, bro. Got something for you, old head. Yo, DBN, you already know. Salute my geyser. You already. Nah, but you know, that's the truth. But like I said, it's just some things I'm not gonna be able to do around a kid. Like I told somebody the other day, that kid jotted there, yo, you think you would give me a bottle? I looked at him and laughed like, nigga, you bugging. I
Well,
said, I
you
don't
know,
even know why you worried about some liquor.
I had people tell me I should talk about children and stuff because I don't have any of my own. I mean, I wasn't able yet, but you know, being a school teacher for years, I mean, they were my children every day. You know what I mean? So I saw patterns of behaviors, and I've been on the street. I've been out here. I have a life story I haven't told everybody yet. You know, I'm not ready to yet, but I mean, it's, you know, what you talk about, Nate, I'm telling you, like you're addressing everything, but you know, I would like to too, but they'll be like, do you have any children of your own? Well, no, but you know, I've been there and I've seen it. You
I
know,
don't.
Yeah, but see, that's the problem. They fail to realize you don't necessarily have to have kids to have compassion and fucking care for the kids.
right?
Like, it wouldn't
Like
matter.
I'm against kids having Adderall and Ritalin. I'm totally freaking against it. I think children should be able to be children. If you're going to sit here and take children and you know, when I was in school, we had 2 recesses a day and PE every day. Here in Kentucky now, all you do is get recess once a day and PE once a week. Now you expect a child to sit there and be still. Now you want to give them Ritalin and Adderall and give them methadone pill. I mean, what the hell? And I'm highly against it. And that's part of the reason why I don't teach anymore. Because I spoke up against it and I just didn't like it. So I quit.
But you look at it like this way. You know, you have a perception, and that's what you share. Don't care what people say about it. You just simply giving your perception, and you're entitled to that. If they don't want to listen to it, they don't have to tune in.
Well,
You know,
that's true.
people always
That's
want to
true.
say what people can and cannot do, and it's like, how? Okay, even though if you don't have kids, you have experience with kids and around kids. You have a working knowledge of being with kids. So you still have an input. And like I said, if you don't want to hear your perception, just don't. Okay, don't listen to it. You don't have to.
Right. Right. You know, it just that type of medicine really bothers me because we have such an epidemic with the adults and everything. It just, you know, that stuff bothers me. And I mean, I had to quit teaching. I just couldn't stand it no more. Parents are the worst. Parents can be the worst. So I left teaching back in 2017. I left it.
Yeah.
You know, mental health. You want to see mental health? I saw some mental health on parents. The children were more productive and more adult than the parents were. I mean, it was ridiculous. You know what I've seen, and society just seems to be going downhill. You know,
And real quick, Nate, if you don't mind, I want to go back to what Rachel said too, because that's another thing too, especially as men. You know, we have to, our little boys and fathers as men, we have to let our sons know it's okay to show affection. Like we have to show affection to our sons. I understand making them grow up to be hard and tough and all that, but me as a man, like growing up, I didn't have that love, and I see how it affected me. I didn't have that love from a father, you know, and I can still make my son tough and hard, but still love him at the same time. I can show it's okay for men to show their sons they love them. It's like just even listening to my pops, you know, he didn't have that from his father. And I'm pretty sure his father didn't have it from his father because back then men were just providers, you know, protectors and providers.
Hey,
But that don't
Ted,
mean
Ted, blessings.
that don't mean it was right.
Yeah, that's a definite. That's what I was saying. There's just some things that need to be broken at the end of the day. And I get it too. Like I said, A lot of things are going to have to start from the home. But then again, when you got the generations getting younger and younger, the parents are getting the grandparents are being grandparents before 40 years old. Like that's what I'm saying. Like like don't get me wrong. It's just when you still in that mindset of turn up, and I don't care about nothing else but just being lit. That's where it messes up sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, it's the responsibility, man. I don't understand why people take on things and not understand they have a responsibility to maintain. Like even if like people get animals or pets, they just get it because they got these grand ideas it's gonna be fun, but don't realize you gotta take care of this thing. And they treat pets like kids now.
Yeah,
You have a kid and you give them to the school, when they come home, you give them to the TV, you give them to the streets. You don't maintain or nurture that child. You have to do that.
I have to
yeah,
agree with you. I think it's what's missing nowadays is nurturing. That's
Hmm.
what's missing in our society is nurturing. I've got a dog right now. The reason why she was barking a while ago is because she's got anxiety more than I do. You know, I was taking a break from working on my boutique, and I just wanted to hop up because what you guys were saying is 100% facts. It's good. It's good awareness. And it's positivity that we need to hear. So that's why I had to put up and come up with my 2 cents. So I'm gonna drop off. I just want to say salute and thank you for letting me come up for a moment. I was just wondering y'all's opinions and shit,
Nah,
but
you already know you always more than welcome to come up. That's for
no.
anybody, though. You know.
Well, I did a video the other day, Nate, and I tagged you, but it didn't tag you. It was over. I did it over Dax's new video. I don't know if you know who Dax is. It
Yeah,
was his song's called Depression, and I tagged you in that video because it's about having mental illness and things like that, and you're on top of it. So I tagged you in the video. I don't know if you got it or not, but I did a commentary on it, and
yeah,
with all the cyberbullying I've been hearing lately and all that stuff, and I mean, you're on top of it. And I listened to your live today. You're on top of it, you know.
yeah.
So
Because like I said, Rala, this is things that are going on. That's why when somebody go, damn, this nigga been going live. Well, yeah, because you're seeing certain things in real time. Of course, you're gonna fucking bring that to, because that's a mind sparker right there. That's
yeah,
why I said it don't take much to bring some sort of content, especially when there's things that's going on. You need to correct.
well, Nate, what hit me this morning was you was walking. We could all hear you outside, and you said, "Look, there's, I don't have to turn my camera on. There's a man that's, laying in the, he's homeless and he's, sleeping in the street and stuff like that. But I could picture the man sleeping in the street. I could picture it, even though you didn't have your camera on. I knew you was outside, but I know what to picture. You know what I mean? So what's really going on? You know, it's getting worse and worse. So what do we do? Do we use this platform to beef with each other, argue with each other, tell our cultural differences, or do we use it to help people to understand what the hell is really going on out here? You
Exactly.
know, you know, adults, children, everything. I mean, it's sad. It's very sad.
And see, but that's what I'm talking about. Most of these people conditioned, right? Like you said, what do we use this platform for? You see what Nate used it for. If you visit my channel, you see what I use mine for. It's more about what people come on here looking for. You know what I'm saying? Most
Yeah.
people come on here to be distracted or entertained. You know, most people don't want to face reality. So how you go listen to something like what Nate is saying, that's making you look in the mirror. You have to, when Nate talked, the things he said, you have to look at yourself like, damn, do I do that? Or, am I doing
Exactly.
that? Has this happened to me? People don't want to do that themselves. So it's going to be hard for them to listen to stuff like this. But then you will have people like you, like me, who want to hear. We want to make a change. We want to get better. We not sheep.
Yeah.
Right. Like my channel is very spiritual and get kind of conspiratorial. I'll get you to think about some crazy stuff. But sometimes I would love to talk about stuff like this, but I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. But, you know, Nate every day comes on with something.
Nah, because it ain't that hard. Like I told somebody, seeing I'm mostly proving a point.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
that hard to come on here and have a regular conversation you will be having with your peoples in real time, especially when it's about topics that that could possibly affect everybody.
I like the beef sector because I like the entertainment stuff, but I've been going through some things the last about last week. I've had, so I don't like to deal with things like that, but I like real, you know, things that are going on and current events. And then I like some things that are out there. And I'm a very spiritual person, and I want kids and I want adults to be well rounded. I want them to be healthy in their spiritual sense and their well being and their mental health, and that's what I like. But they don't get a lot of subscribers, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm not really worried about that. My main thing is getting these messages out. Whether you want to
Yeah.
hear it or not, you're gonna have to get this work. Yeah,
And I thought you was gonna be playing music tonight. I had my shoes next to the bed, and I was working on my boutique. And I thought, well, I can come on and hear some music. And I heard this, and I was like, oh no, but I got something to say and ask. But anyways, I'm gonna hop off here, get back to work, and listen to everything. But y'all have a good one, and blessings and salute. Okay,
all right, you have a good one too, Lala.
you
Anytime the
too,
floor is
dear.
open, you already know.
All right, bye bye, dear.
All right, now have a
Peace.
good one. Yeah, shout outs to Lala. If y'all ain't subbed up, or if y'all ain't show each other love yet, drop them links and show each other some love. Like I said, I wasn't gonna keep everybody forever neither. I just was like, like I said, I had to finish this off from this morning because I'm really looking at it from a standpoint like it's crazy how some of y'all want the best or you want the best turnouts, but then again, you ain't giving them the best possible options. And when some of y'all are throwing these kids out there like that, it makes it worse. You gotta understand that. You definitely want to set a better example in life.
And that's what we got to start doing as adults too. I mean, I always try to, like, even like me smoking, man. I'm hiding it from my son, but eventually I just got to not do it. What we have to understand what we do influence them. So it's gonna be things we ain't proud of that we do. It might be habits, like I said, like me smoking. But if I want to keep that away from my son, I got to not do it. That's the easiest
Yeah.
way to keep it away from him. But there's other things too, that we not proud of that we do. We have to using it. I use my kids as motivation to do better. I use my wife, my family as motivation. We just have to do better. We have to stop letting ourselves be influenced by things that we don't want our kids to be influenced by. Even if it's music. You know, Understanding, oh, we don't want our kids to listen to this. Why not? Because it's bad. So why are we listening to it? We got to change the way we think. Because it's influencing us too. Probably not on the level of influencing them, but it's influence.
But
So
see, I'm gonna tell you this right now. It depends on what kind of music you're listening to. Because let's be honest. Again, I'm gonna bring this up from the other day. Not all music, not all the bad shit that's happening has started from rap music. Because before rap music, there was other genres of music that was promoting certain things. Even
true.
if for those who was going back to the old times when they was having the not the CDs, but the old record players. You played some of the shit backwards. It was already giving you a clear invitation on certain shit. Like you be like, this
What,
is what they was really saying.
what was the dude name? Something Berry. Was it Rick Berry? My Dingling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You sit there and look at certain things, and when you rewind them, like that's what I'm saying. Like if you from that era too, when you rewinded some of the old vinyl disc, well, the old vinyl and all that other shit, like come on, you would hear certain messages that was like, nah, this ain't really what they were saying. Yeah, this is what they were saying. They was already promoting certain things.
I don't blame the violence of today on music. I don't. I blame it on influence in general. It's just the way our society is going. Our society is violent. I mean, when I was growing up, you couldn't have there wasn't no TV shows on regular TV where people was getting killed and stuff like that. Now it is. It wasn't like soft porn on regular TV. Now it is. That's just the way our society is going. But what I am saying is like, if you don't want your kids to be influenced by something, don't let it be access to it. I should say it like that.
Yeah.
limit the access to it. I say it like that. Do your best to limit the access.
Yeah, you gotta have a balance because when it's all said and done, guess what? Whatever they ain't catching on TV or social media, they catching in real time. So again, you as a parent supposed to fight this battle on all ends because these are your kids' lives at stake. And if you don't want to be that's you don't want to be a victim of circumstance, or you don't want to have to hear that untimely words you don't want to hear. Got to get on point with them.
And I build on what you just said too, because like we got to
See, look,
explain.
because there was certain music that I'm saying back in the day. See, like, look, everything is a rewinding occurrence, and it's also just a revolving door because all these different drugs that's been produced and that's still out and about. They still talk about. It's just back in the day, it was heavier with that than it was with the weed. Like everybody was not so focused on weed until like the late 70s. But during them like 60s and going into the 70s, everything was pill popping. Whether it was acid, LSD, whatever. You think
Yeah,
Woodstock was really just about their weed? No, them niggas was popping pills, doing all sorts of wild shit. It was like a big ass rave. Ain't no difference.
we just need to sit back and explain things too to the kids as they're saying it in real time. What things are. I couldn't like if somebody would have told me NWA these are entertainers, it's not real stuff like that. I probably wouldn't have tried to be like. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought it was like even though they was telling stories, but like telling
Yeah,
like they getting paid to do this. This is entertainment. This is their job. They do this like we don't explain that to these kids now, and they think these rappers and some of them try to do the street shit. But do you see what happens? They get in court and they start snitching, because they ain't built like that. They ain't built like what they saying.
yeah. But then you got some niggas that are really to their shit. And you see they ain't getting that shine like everybody else would be getting because they really stand on principles. Like, nigga, I'm not doing this. You definitely ain't getting me to do this. So what we gonna say here? Hey, you definitely ain't making no threats and thinking people ain't gonna be on point with it. So what we doing? like, like I said, you got some people who are still street as far as they keep their principles. And there's certain things that they just not going for. That's the best example. Like I said, I could fuck with people like Styles P and them because despite whatever, they keeping it to the streets. They actually got investments in different things like juice bars and shit like that. So it's not like niggas just worried about rap money. No, niggas was always getting to some sort of bag. Don't always got to be music, because sometimes music might be into different change. Like, look,
See, even our understanding of street, like when we talk about street, we old school, right? So when we
yeah,
talk about it, we talking about our actual community. Now when they say street, we talking about like the gangbang and shit. Like no, when I say I'm street, I'm from my hood. I'm from my neighborhood. We uplifting people in our neighborhood. We protected the older people and the younger people. You weren't coming on our block breaking their houses and stuff like that. And we was on the
facts.
block. Nowadays it's the people who is like now this generation, they doing the opposite. They breaking into cars, breaking into the people's houses, messing with the older folks. You know, so I mean, even that, like the definitions switched, the words, the language, the lingo, all that stuff switched over.
Yeah, it's a whole fact. But see, that's what I'm saying. Even when it comes to situations like that, we ain't together as a whole no more. And see, some people want to keep just blaming music. You can't just blame music because you have other things that have been promoted in real time to these kids. And they ain't necessarily say, nah, I didn't get that from this song. I got this from this. I don't understand that.
Honestly, I think that excuse is lazy, and this is just my opinion. But when people blame it on movies, music, anything, it's like, okay, you still didn't limit their access. You didn't explain to them. There's a reason why that influenced them the way it did. If you say it's that, it's because you didn't do your job. And that's no knock against no parent or nothing, but I'm just stating facts. Like it didn't matter what I listened to or what I watched. I still had to obey my parents. You know what I'm saying? And there were certain things I didn't have. It wasn't no. You get it from your friend. And even if I got a tape or something from my friend and they knew I was listening to it,
Yeah.
no problem. So as parents, you still got to take responsibility. Even though I know it's easier to get information now, it's easier to share music and all that stuff. You still need to be in your kid's life and understand what is influencing them.
Right. See, like I can tell you right now, I know a couple people who they didn't stop living their lives the way they seen fit. Like I said, I know a couple who been married for more than 20 years, still get stoned than the next motherfucker, but they never presented none of that wrong shit in front of their kids. And even when their kids did know of a certain age that this is what the parents are doing, they didn't follow into it because they already knew, like at the end of the day, it wasn't being presented in front of them. And at the end of the day, they still had a balance. They still was doing what they were supposed to be doing as parents. They wasn't still turning up and doing all the other shit. No, they would do what they do, and it's not like it was all day, every day. No, they would do like how they in moderation. Let's calm down. We both had a stressful day, especially both of them was working. So you'd be like, all right, let's smoke something, calm down before the kids get whatever, whatever. That's really about it. Like I said, you just gotta have a balance. Not saying you gotta stop completely living the way you see fit, but you still have to set better examples. That's all you really have to do. Just don't be doing certain things around them that could probably embarrass them or could probably make them feel the type of way, because that's when they'll start rebelling.
And Nate, I want to address Meek Meek real quick too. Meek Meek, we all family in here. Well, welcome, 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 welcome.
Hey, you good?
We build it here. We build this. This is a positive space. But
Yeah,
you're
because I
right.
try to keep it positive.
Oh, you do, bro. You do. And she right. I mean, it's not trusting someone is hard, but we can't close that out. We do have to trust, but I mean, I feel like let people earn. You know, if like me, I don't mind earning people's trust. It shouldn't be a
Mhm.
problem to earn trust from someone. If you get good intentions and with encounters with people, there's nothing wrong with earning that person's trust. You know,
Exactly.
that's the way we got to look at it. Like I don't personally know Nate, right? But I have no ill will. So every time I come to Nate, he looking at my actions and he determines if it's trustworthy or not. You know. Now, if I'm trying to do some sneaky stuff, then I'd be like, bro, why you watching me? But if I'm not, what is the problem with him watching and paying attention to what I do? That's what he's
Exactly.
supposed to, you know.
Nah, because it's like I told somebody. I said, man, listen, this is me in real time. You gonna be around me, nigga. It's just that simple. Don't think I'm not gonna at some point just be observing everything. And if I feel something ain't right, guess what? You getting pushed to the left, because I don't need none of that extra shit around me.
And see, that's how I am. And see, I got a bad habit because I analyze and watch everything and everybody, especially like in real time in personal life. I analyze everything. And if somebody moving funny, I let them know. Like, bro, that's funny. What is you doing? I put people on aware, bro. I make it aware. Like, I see you. What are you doing? Because I might be wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I leave room open for that too. If you get good intentions and you did something and I don't understand it, I don't see the problem with you explaining it. That's just how I am.
Yeah, no, like I said, my fault. It's the truth right now. I had to come out here and smoke me a nice little cigarette while it's not cold. Nah, but all in all, like I said, that's the most important thing we could do right now. The most important thing we could do is just try to set the better example and set the tone. You know, once you break certain promises, that's like you promising somebody you're gonna take them to the top with you, and then you leave them for flat. What you think gonna happen? They not gonna fuck around with you. That's like you saying, yeah, as soon as I get on, bro, I got you. We definitely about to do this thing big. And then I leave your ass, nigga. Don't even come back. Like
Yeah,
you gonna feel a type of way. You know, and that's how some of these kids feel when these adults say certain things and then they backtrack on. Gotta change that.
see, bro, that happened to me a couple times. You know, even recently. You know, and
Mm,
I ain't even get mad at the person. I just realized, like, okay, you know, when you come back, when you fall back down, I already know who you will reach out to. You know, and
mm.
unfortunately, I can't be there. You know, you showed your
That's a
but
whole fact.
I learned not to even let that upset me no more, bro. Because I mean, the time I used being upset at them now is the time wasted. I could have used it for something else. It didn't change me. You know, it's not gonna make me not trust people. It just made me aware that people capable of this, even people close to you. You know,
Yeah. That's why you gotta always keep mindful watch on certain things, because at the end of the day, it's not a it's not a joke no more, especially in this realm right now. You definitely want to make sure you on point to the fullest capability. And if your kid can't trust you, then what does that say about you? So I'll say you gotta definitely set the examples and set the best courses for them. Even if you are still living whatever life you living, you still gotta show them better.
and that should
So I
always
said
be the
it's always
goal.
a double-edged sword.
That should always be the goal. You know, you should want your kids to be better than you or do better. You know, and unfortunately, that's not. I done seen parents, you know, when their kid was excelling, pull them back down. The parents do it. You know what I'm saying? Just like, don't you want your kid to be better? Why would you want your kid to be like you? And you ain't. I don't want to cuss, but you know, you ain't nothing. Why would you want your kids like that? You know what I'm saying? You should want your kids better. So at least you said you did something in life.
Exactly. Hold on, give me 1 second, y'all. Matter of fact, I'm giving you the floor for 2 seconds. Let you take the stage real quick. Hold on.
Oh man, I ain't got no music for y'all, but put your dancing shoes on. We in Club Nate. Birth control at the bar. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, we gotta do better with the kids. Kids are our future. You know, I always felt like, you know, if I had a little bit more love from my father, I would have
Yeah,
did more. But I learned, you know, so I learned from my father's mistakes. You know, my father got a couple kids by a couple different women. I got one wife and both of my kids from the same woman. So I learned from his mistakes.
yeah. That's a whole fact. You know, like I said, my father wasn't adamant in my life to a degree. But when I did have some sort of time with him, even when it was of an older age, like I said, he tried to apologize and correct a lot of things that he know he kind of messed up on. But I was already grown by that time. So at the end of the day, you know, you could try to do all the apologies you want, and I accepted all of them with no malice, no nothing. But again, there's nothing you could really do for me that I haven't already done already. And I had multiple people besides just my mom and my grandmother that actually looked out for a nigga. So I turned out pretty well. Like I said, sometimes you need just that right support system and the right people in the community doing the right things. And you could get these kids a starting chance, or at least a fighting sustainable chance. But I already know some of y'all definitely. I know some of y'all definitely tired. Some of y'all done been running around most of the day, worked and did whatever. I wasn't gonna be on here all night neither. It's just like I said, I definitely want to finish off this live from this morning because I felt it needed to be finished. So
As always, bro, I appreciate you letting me come up, bro. It's good sharing the platform with you. I'm gonna hold it down though, bro.
No doubt, bro. You already know, son. Anytime the panel open, son, you already know what it is, my guy.
Oh, for sure, bro. Peace and blessings, man.
Peace and blessings, man. Shout outs to the word. For those of y'all who just tuned in, like I said, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout outs to the replay gang. Shout outs to the shadow watchers, the ones that really mess with me. Um, like I said, don't let none of the messages or don't let nothing that was said up here tonight go over your head. It's time for a change of scenery, a change of pace. You gotta definitely start showing better and doing better. Can't continue to have the same old instances and the same old repeated patterns happening. If we want to see better, we gotta definitely improve in what we doing. Like I said, even if you decided you still gonna live whatever life you living, the most important thing is definitely making sure you still set the right example for the kids. If they get older and they decide whatever it is they want to do, hey, they grown, they paying bills, they doing what they doing, and they got their own family, they do what they do. So all that really needs to happen is just change. And we gotta start inspiring more change. Gotta definitely start doing more and showing the kids more. If we don't, we done lost them already. Majestic, salute. Carlos, you already know, salute, bro. Congratulations too, my guy. Congratulations. Many more blessings coming your way. You know? But you just gotta really set the tone. If you don't, we're gonna always lose this battle. And we shouldn't continue to keep losing it. Like, we should want to propel forward and actually win. You know? But again, I ain't gonna keep y'all forever. I know some of y'all got work and whatever in the morning. So, you know, I appreciate y'all all for tuning in, especially the ones that was in the chat for the night. Y'all already know how it is. It's always love and positivity over here. At least I try to keep it that way. You know? And 9 out of 10, you might get one of them morning specials tomorrow. If not, you know what it is. I'm sporadic with things, so you definitely might get one in the morning, definitely. So hope everybody have a blessed and joyous evening. Hope everybody stays safe, sound, keep warm, keep your third eye open. Y'all already know. Until the next live, y'all. We out of here. Peace and blessings. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. Before I leave up out of here, see, I can't end off just like that. Again, Thursday night, I'm adding something new to the venue. We ain't just gonna be having music and poetry. We're gonna add some comedy relief in there too. So for those who been trying to tune in this Thursday. We're definitely doing that. And like I said, tomorrow night you probably gonna get a. If you don't get a triple play tomorrow, you might just get a double dose. And that second dose might just be the music for the night. So y'all already know what it is. I definitely keep y'all posted. Until the next live, y'all. We out of here. Peace and blessings.